Hey, Sophia. Your health seems to have improved a lot recently. So why not just end your marriage and get a divorce? You used to be so incredibly frail and constantly in and out of the hospital because of your poor health. You probably couldn't have lived independently without my brother's constant help and support. But now it's unnecessary. It's about time you seriously consider the idea of living on your own, don't you think?
You want me to divorce your brother? Do you really mean that, Kaylee? I always knew that you never really liked me much, but I didn't realize that you wanted me to take such a drastic step, like getting a divorce with Noah. I'm glad to say that it's true I'm not nearly as sick as I used to be. I feel much less pain now. But Kaylee, you don't understand that that's only because I learned how to take better care of myself. I'm finally receiving effective treatment. I still have to be careful with my health, taking it easy to avoid any complications, you know.
So are you really planning to continue leeching off my brother forever?
What? Are you serious right now? You're saying I leech off my husband? You're jumping to conclusions here.
Well, that's exactly what you're doing, isn't it? You're taking advantage of him. My brother used to steal so many girls' hearts. You know him. He was always out and about with them. But ever since he married you, he stopped going out and enjoying himself like he used to because of your constant illness. It's like he's completely lost the spark that made him so lively and fun, you know? I honestly feel really sorry for him, having to give up so much of his happiness because of your condition. Besides, not only does he have to work tirelessly to support the entire family, but he also has to care for you. He's always so incredibly busy, and it's clear that the stress is taking a toll on him. He looks exhausted. It's almost like you've put a curse on him. You're like the Grim Reaper, draining all of his life away.
Why are you saying such hurtful things to me out of nowhere? I'm working too, you know. Just because I'm at home doesn't mean I'm not doing anything every day. I'm making money in my own way.
Oh, really? How would I know if you're actually working in there? You're constantly in your room, so you could just be laying around and wasting time. You're not doing anything worthwhile anyway, right? I mean, why would you when you can use Noah for his income? Jobs where you can work from home barely bring in any real money, you know. I looked into it myself, and none of those seem to pay well at all. I guarantee you they pay way less than my current job.
If you're butting into my life and saying that with so much confidence, maybe you should consider making some real changes to yours. I wanted to ask you, when exactly are you planning to move out and live on your own, Kaylee? It's been years since you've been out of school.
This is so irrelevant. Whether I choose to move out or not is none of your business. Why are you talking about this all of a sudden?
Well, I thought you'd move out once you got married, but it seems like you're still here, single as always. Kaylee, you don't even seem to be looking for a boyfriend. You just stay at home most of the time, only going out occasionally for that small part-time job of yours. Is that the kind of lifestyle really okay for you? Just existing without any meaningful plans and ambitions? I mean, you're getting nowhere.
What? I can't believe you're saying this to me. Besides, you're the absolute last person I want to hear that from. I should be the one telling that to you. You're the one who can't live on their own, constantly leeching off my brother and relying on him for everything. You're nothing but a burden who's barely being kept alive by him.
Even if you say that, it doesn't change the fact that your situation isn't much better than mine. In fact, I think it's worse. It's been a really long time since you started living in this house, right, Kaylee? Aren't you tired of this house? I mean, you're old enough to get married and move out by now, yet you're clinging on to this place.
I started living here for the sake of our parents. They needed someone to rely on, and I couldn't just leave them alone. Besides, my brother was always out chasing after women and wouldn't support them. Our poor parents having to live with my unreliable brother and his burden of a wife. It's just too sad to bear seeing them struggle because of you two. They deserve better than this, and I'm here to help them. And besides, I'm not stupid like you. I wouldn't make the same mistakes you did, marrying a scumbag like my brother who's been with countless women in the past. If I ever decide to marry, it'll be to an amazing guy, Someone who is truly worth committing my life to. Although, I must admit, it's been really hard to find someone like that.
Yeah, I would guess that's the case. Hold on. You aren't making any sense. You talk about how I'm a bad fit for your brother, about how he can do so much better than me. But deep down, you don't want to marry someone like him personally. So do you admire his past behavior or despise it? It's a bit contradictory, isn't it? I don't really get it. Your logic doesn't make much sense to me.
Well, I don't care at all if you don't understand me. Your opinions don't bother me in the slightest.
Honestly, I need to be real with you. I shouldn't be saying this because I'm the sick one here, but the way you've been living your life is seriously unhealthy. Just look at yourself. You look completely different. Since you came back here to start living in this house, how much weight have you gained? You barely do any housework, and you have a job but rarely go to work. You just spend most of your time eating and lounging around. You're always lying on the couch, watching TV for hours on end without doing anything productive. I'd guess you've gained about 30 pounds, right? The changes in your appearance are pretty noticeable. I really think you should consider exercising a bit more and eating a bit healthier.
Sophia, you're so awful. Who do you think you are? How dare you talk to me as if you're so much better than me? I'm living my life to please myself, not people like you. I don't care if I don't meet your standards or anyone else's, so mind your own business and leave me alone. Besides, you're certainly not in any position to say anything to me about how I live my life.
No, you've gone too far. Living so lazily without covering rent or your share of the living expenses is really irresponsible.
Don't mess with me. You're just trying to trick me into paying you, but that won't work. I know your secret.
My secret? What are you even talking about?
I heard that you're only paying $300 for rent every month. It's true, right?
What?
How can you act so high and mighty when you're only contributing $300 a month for rent? You better not get cocky with me, because you're the one who's been leeching off my family for all this time. I can easily cover that amount by myself, so you need to get out. There's no place for you here anymore, and it's time for you to leave.
What? Are you saying I can finally get out of here? Kaylee, do you really mean that? You're not just saying this to mess with me, right?
Of course not. There's no doubt about it. I don't want you here anymore. You better get out by the end of the day. Pack your things and leave already.
Understood. Thank you so much.
Sophia, I got a call from Mom and Dad earlier today, and they had some sudden news to share with me. They didn't expect you to leave, too. Your departure took them by surprise because I did the same thing a while ago. They said you should come back soon and get in touch with them. It's funny how they're reaching out to you the moment you leave. I'm starting to feel like it was really stupid to help them all this time, given how things turned out.
Yeah, I figured they would react that way. It's typical of them to be concerned only after they're bothered by something. You're not planning to send them any more money, right?
Nope, I won't send them anything anymore. They always make everything about my sister whenever she's around. It's like we don't even exist in those moments. They're normal when she's not around, though. It's only when she's close by that they start acting differently. You saw it too, right, Sophia? The moment she came back, their entire focus shifted to her and we were sidelined. It's fine that she's living comfortably, but it's unfair that they dump all the burden on us to make that happen.
It's not just me, but especially for you, Noah. As the older brother, you have to bear the burden most of the time without any thanks. And our in-laws always want to look good in front of Kaylee. That's why they just take credit for everything, while we're left with the real work. I knew it was always like that with you, but seeing it firsthand, it showed how unfair the situation really is. It was really unpleasant for me, and I know it was for you too.
That's why I used to go out with any woman I could find, desperately trying to fill that hole in my heart. My parents never cared for me as much as they did for her. and it was a painful realization. But even that never really filled the emptiness. No matter how many relationships I had, it never truly satisfied me. Then I met you, and things finally started to change. You were different from everyone else I'd known before.
Well, I guess that makes me your savior then.
Yeah, but you should know that I'm not joking when I say that's really how I feel. You brought something into my life that was missing. It's like I finally got what I was looking for. Something genuine and real that I couldn't find elsewhere. Sophia, you're so warm and accepting. You make me feel like I'm okay just the way I am without needing to change. You even accept my flaws and things I've always been ashamed of. I think it has something to do with how you've been weak with your illness and had tough times too. You were able to be kind to me when I was worn out, and that makes me feel truly understood.
Yeah, I guess so. It wasn't easy, but maybe going through my own struggles helped me connect with you better. I also struggled with my family. My parents always wanted a boy, so they were excited when my little brother was born. They put all their time and energy into raising my brother and barely looked in my direction. I guess it didn't help them that my medical treatment was so expensive. It's like I was more of a burden than a joy to them. It was my own fault for being born weak with this sickness, but their coldness was weighing on me. It's no wonder why they spoiled him for years, and for that I was often left feeling neglected. On the other hand, you fulfilled your role as the older brother in the family, despite the unfairness you faced. And I saw how you were trying to fill that void in your life. I saw how much you were struggling by being treated so terribly by your family. I wanted to care for you, not like how a sister cares for her little brother. Instead, I had a deep need to not feel alone. When I'm with you, it helps me to not feel so lonely. We lean on each other during difficult times, and I'm grateful.
I guess we both needed each other. It's funny how we ended up being each other's support so effortlessly.
Speaking of which, do you not regret your decision? I mean, was it really okay to make such a big decision? To leave your home and your family behind like that without hesitation?
My family now is you, Sophia. You're the most important person to me, and that's all that matters in my life. I've done more than enough for my parents and Kaylee over the years, given them everything I could, but now I've seen how careless they are towards you. I don't see any reason to do anything more for people who don't really care about you, Sophia.
I understand.
And honestly, when I saw the messages from Kaylee that you showed me, I couldn't believe what I was reading. It's obvious that she's the one taking advantage of their money, but she never admitted it. And then they had the audacity to try and make me pay for her study abroad fees, like it was my responsibility. I was honestly just disgusted by the whole situation.
Yeah, I get that. I've had similar feelings seeing how things have played out over the years with her. I've always wondered how things could be so one-sided. Even though she made us do most of the chores and responsibilities, she'd always complain and tease me about how sick I was. It made me really mad, seeing her manipulate everyone like that while we had to pick up the slack. Finally, leaving that house is a huge relief for me. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
Plus, your illness was at its peak a long time ago. You've been doing fine for years since then. You can't overdo it, of course, but you're living normally now. Honestly, looking at her flabby body, it's clear she's the one who's actually unhealthy, not you. It's ironic how things turned out, given all her previous complaints about you being the unfit one.
Yeah, I recently told her she should exercise too. She needs to take better care of herself.
That was what set her off, right? She got so angry because it's the truth. She really needs to start moving more. What's crazier is she actually thinks that you've been paying only $300 for rent. Merely a few $100 for that huge condominium. It's ridiculous. It made me realize she's gone through life without learning anything, just being coddled by mom and dad.
Yeah, it was really laughable. The way she's been living, expecting everything to be handed to her without effort. Anyway, it won't be long before she comes crawling back, I'm guessing. She should realize the truth anytime soon.
Where are you, sis? I've been looking everywhere for you. Come back. I need you here immediately. This is really important.
Did you just say sis? You mean me? I never thought you'd refer to me as your sis.
Who else would I be talking about? Of course I'm talking about you. You're my only sister-in-law.
You never called me sis before. Why are you calling me that right now, after all these years?
Shut up. At least I'm kind enough to call you that, even if I'm a bit late. Stop making a big deal about it. Just come back already. I seriously need you to return as soon as possible.
Oh, there's no way I'm coming back. I've made up my mind, and I'm not going to change it for anything. Why are you so panicked? You're acting like something terrible has happened.
You know exactly why. Don't pretend like you don't understand what's going on here. You've been paying rent, and you've never told me how much it actually cost. $3,000 a month. Can you believe it? You've been paying that this whole time? It's way more than I ever imagined. I thought it was only $300. Why did you trick me into thinking that?
Of course you didn't know. Why would you? You never paid rent in your life, or any other expenses for that matter. You weren't even planning on paying anything in the future. You're absolutely clueless when it comes to responsibility. But yes, as you said, we've been paying $3,000 for rent every month. Not $300 like you were thinking. Not at all.
What the heck? Why is it so expensive? I can't believe it costs that much.
How could you ever think it wouldn't be that much? Did you really believe it would be so cheap to live here? You sound crazy right now. Your ignorance tells me you've never had to deal with these responsibilities firsthand. You've been living off your parents' help this whole time, relying on them for everything without understanding the real cost.
Well, let me just explain. First of all, I obviously didn't think it would only be $300 a month. I just believed it because I assumed our parents were covering most of the expenses. Plus, I thought Noah would have been paying his share too, so it wasn't hard to believe. And that's why I thought you were only paying a small portion of $300 for rent every month.
I see. Well, you were seriously mistaken. And honestly, you probably didn't even think about much of it, did you? That's why this all happened. And now you're shocked by the new bills. So much that you want us to come back. But it's not our problem anymore.
You have to understand, there's no way I can pay that kind of money. Ugh, you really are an awful person. Don't you see how evil you are? You knew I couldn't afford this, and you still left me here without a second thought. You did this deliberately. You couldn't even let me know you were leaving me. You just ran away.
Exactly. I did that on purpose. Honestly, I've been holding on to a lot of resentment. There's been so much pent-up frustration and anger that I didn't show you. But I thought of how Noah handled things the same way, so I accepted the situation, even though it wasn't fair at all. Besides, your parents were normal before you came back, treating us with respect, so I didn't mind too much. I decided to just let it be. But ever since you returned, everything began to revolve around you. Even though our expenses went up with another mouth to feed, you weren't covering any cost. Besides, your parents did nothing when I brought it up to them that you should be responsible for your own expenses. And when I told you about it, you pretended not to hear me whenever I mentioned it. You had the nerve to avoid any discussion of you taking responsibility. Looking at how immature and undisciplined you are, I've honestly wanted to leave for a long time.
Whatever. Listen, there's no way I can pay this kind of rent. The amount is simply too much for me to handle alone. Please, I need you to come back and pay the rent again. I'll even help with some of the living expenses if that's what it takes. So just come back. Let's go back to how things were.
Are you serious? I can't believe this. When are you going to stop being so entitled with me? Besides, why are you expecting me to still take care of you? Especially when you've been disrespecting me by making me do everything for you. I've endured it all thinking it was for Noah, but now I see that it's not worth the sacrifice anymore. Before this, I never left the house even though I wanted to, because I felt bad about abandoning you. But when you told me to leave at last, I felt liberated for the first time. This was my chance to get away from you, and I took it. I won't have anything to do with you ever again. This is the end for us, and I'm done with all of it.
You've got to listen to me. Another reason I thought you were paying a few $100 for rent is because you're always in your room. Except when you were doing chores, of course. Obviously, I think that you weren't making enough money to cover such expensive rent. I know both my brother and you have jobs, but I never imagined that you could actually pay off $3,000 every month.
Yes, I'll admit that I'm a shut-in, but that doesn't mean I'm not capable of handling my financial obligations. Don't you know? I barely leave my room, but I'm also a workaholic. I've been working tirelessly behind the scenes, even if it wasn't obvious to you.
What? How would you work so hard when you were in your room all the time?
I can't do physical labor because my body isn't that strong from my illness. It's gotten better, but I'm still pretty fragile. So I found other ways to work, jobs that won't take a toll on my health. I've always been good at using my intellect to work, and I'm doing exactly that to make a living. Believe it or not, I'm actually a pretty popular blogger. My writing has gained quite a following, which brings in income. I make a decent amount, probably more than your average office worker. It's surprising, but blogging can be profitable.
Really? I had no idea you were doing so well for yourself. Wait, so you're making money from writing and publishing your diary? That seems too simple to be true. How does that even work?
No way. You've got it all wrong. That isn't what I do for a living at all. Do you seriously think writing a diary would make you decent money? Gosh, you're more naive than I thought. How little do you have to know about the real world to assume that? I can see you barely know anything about it. I wouldn't be able to profit off a diary at all. Only famous celebrities could make bank from that, and I'm far from being one.
Ugh, are you doing something shady? It's hard to believe you're earning so much without breaking the law.
That's a funny thought. You really are clueless, aren't you? My job is none of your business, so I'm not explaining it from scratch to you. But I will say that while you were lazily binge-watching shows for hours a day, all while lying around and munching on potato chips, I was working my brain to the fullest and earning money. Much more than you'd ever make. While you were wasting time to live a comfortable life, I was disciplining myself so my serious effort would pay off.
That's such a mean way to put it. That reminds me, about my study abroad plans. Weren't my parents supposed to cover the cost? I assumed everything was taken care of.
Oh, right. I almost forgot to tell you. You wanted to study abroad to gain some so-called skills, right? That was your big plan, to improve yourself and your future prospects? Well, your parents weren't well off enough to be able to afford the expenses, so they made us cover them. Noah and I agreed to pay this because we wanted you away from us, even if it was temporary. We thought it would be great if you disappeared somewhere, giving us some peace. But that's changed now with our departure. Since we're leaving, it's an unnecessary expense now. There's no point in paying for something that won't benefit us. So we canceled the plan to pay for your study abroad. You'll have to pay for it on your own if you really want to go. Say goodbye to your study trip in France. More like a free vacation.
That's so cruel! How could you be so heartless? I can't believe you were only going to pay for it to get rid of me.
Well, Kaylee, you were planning to come back after 6 months, expecting to be a completely different person with new skills, correct? If I remember correctly, you wanted to learn French in only half a year. Then, you thought you would finally become a competent businesswoman. You thought this would be all it takes to win you success and respect in society, remember? You might have thought this was ambitious, but we saw how ridiculous it was from the start. Why do you think we would support you on such an unrealistic goal? And yet, we thought that this experience would have been valuable for you in a different way. We wanted you to come back from France and be a bit more mature and responsible. You know, less of a burden to us. If you came back with some knowledge of the world around you, then maybe it'd be worth the effort and money. If it helped you grow in those ways, it seemed like a worthwhile investment at the time. But now that you're leaving, there's no need to spend that much. It's just not necessary anymore given the circumstances.
No way. Don't you know how much I was looking forward to it? It's something I'd been dreaming about, and now it's ruined. Without being able to study in France, I don't know what I'll do anymore. I have no reason to live. It was the one thing giving me hope and motivation, and now it's gone.
Gosh, quit sulking already. Just get a job and earn your own money. You've been spoiled enough your whole life, always getting what you want without having to work hard for it. It's time to take responsibility for your own life. Besides, you've had more than enough time to study if you wanted to. There's no excuse for not taking action earlier. You never even showed any interest in learning French before, so why do you think studying abroad will suddenly change that? You seriously think you'll magically become fluent by studying abroad for half a year? And for some reason, become successful just because you're bilingual? That's a fantasy and it won't work. You need a more realistic approach to achieving your goals. You'd be better off getting a job and realizing how incompetent you are by facing the real world and its challenges. That would be much more beneficial for you. It's time you learned what it takes to succeed without relying on others.
But Sophia, my parents were always so kind and lenient with me. They never pushed me to do anything challenging. I've been spoiled and I don't really have any skills, just coasting through life without much abilities. Even with my part-time job, I don't make much. I can't support myself or build a future on that income alone. That's why I thought gaining new skills would help. I hoped studying abroad would give me the skills I lack.
I can't believe it. Your way of thinking is too naive. You need to wake up and see the reality of your situation. If you really want to study abroad, then work hard and earn the money yourself. Thinking you can just go abroad with other people's money and magically improve won't help you at all. That's how it's been all along. You've always lived off of others' money, never taking responsibility for yourself. That's exactly why you're so useless now. You've never learned to fend for yourself, and it shows in every aspect. Your flabby body is proof of that, isn't it? It's a clear sign that you've let yourself go, both physically and mentally.
You should have just shut up and listened to what I had to say. Don't make fun of me like this. Just come back and pay the money. That's all I'm asking of you.
You don't have any say in the situation. No matter how much you command me or how angry you get, you're nothing but a sore loser. If you think bossing people around will make you people do what you want at your age, you're sadly mistaken. That's the reason your life turned out this way. Your attitude is terrible and you need to fix it. If you don't have money, eat less and work harder, you pig. Quit whining and discipline yourself already.
What did you just say? Don't you dare speak to me like that. Unlike you, I'm healthy. You're the one who's so frail that you can't even go outside. You've been insulting my body this whole time. You're beyond cruel.
You're right. I'm insulting you. I'm not going to pretend to be nice to you any longer. But hey, you just said you were healthy, right? Then I bet you're fit enough to work more and make money on your own. If you can't pay for that house, then you don't deserve to live there. It's not fit for you. Move to a place that suits you and live within your means. You need to know your place.
Fine. I'll do as you say. Just give me your money already. That'll settle things once and for all. I feel sorry for going too far, so please, don't be mad at me anymore.
Whatever. You're not listening to me. Anyway, I just remembered something important. Didn't you insult my husband the other day? You said you wouldn't want to be with a guy like him who's a womanizer. First of all, he's changed for the better. He's incredibly loyal. Most importantly, thanks to his past of exploring his options, he has no interest in engaging with women other than me now. He knows what that lifestyle is like, and he doesn't want it anymore. He's now fully dedicated to his career and to me. But with your personality and looks, let's just say you're not exactly appealing to anyone. I guarantee that even a playboy who's desperate for anybody wouldn't come near you. Look around you. You have nobody to depend on. So live your lonely life and realize how useless you are, you pathetic loser. My in-laws were always a couple of pushovers, but after this whole ordeal, their situation drastically changed. With nobody to pay their rent, they had to sell the house they were living in and move into a shabby apartment. They had to begin living a drastically different life. Apparently, They were quite furious with Kaylee's thoughtless behavior because of this. At last, they realized how lazy and arrogant Kaylee really was. So, her parents decided it was time to teach her a lesson. They weren't in the mood to pamper her any longer. They forced her to work in an exploitative factory and even lived there as well, far removed from her former comforts. As for me and my husband Noah, we were finally free from the toxic grip of his parents. We could finally focus on living a peaceful life together without the constant stress from his family. In the end, I'm honestly grateful for Kaylee's foolish words of telling me to move out of the house. They gave us the freedom we desperately needed.
Ugh, I just wish your wedding would get canceled. You shouldn't be getting married to my son. You're a thief. You stole my precious Tony away from me. Give him back to me at once.
Oh, Florence? I need to talk to you about what happened just a moment ago. Why did you have to cry and make a scene during my wedding today? What was the point of that?
Huh? You're mad that I started crying at your wedding ceremony? Do you think I wanted to do that? No, it just happened. I couldn't control my sadness. In fact, don't say I was causing a scene. I'm devastated, so much that both my tears and voice dried up. You should be concerned for me, not mad.
Oh, okay. So, does that mean you disapprove of me and Tony's marriage after all?
Of course I do. Are you dumb? I never even said that I approved of you two in the first place.
Huh? But I remember you doing exactly that.
I might have said that I approve of you marrying Tony with my mouth, but my heart was saying the opposite. I hated that idea ever since I first heard it. I tried my absolute hardest to put up with this, but right when I saw you two standing at the altar, I couldn't hold it in anymore. Why did a subpar woman like you have to get married to my adorable Tony? I can't believe it. He deserves someone so much better than you.
That's why you started bawling today? I think there's a lot to sort out here. Can you, me, and Tony all meet and have a conversation about this? If we want to continue as a family, we need to talk. As of now, the wedding isn't fully canceled. We're just taking a quick break. So now's our best chance to talk things out with each other. We should share our thoughts together and come to an understanding.
Are you kidding me? Natasha, I would never want to meet you, ever again. Why don't you quit making things worse for me? Can't you give me a break? I've been through enough already. Oh no, my tears are starting to fall again. Please stop hurting me.
Florence, please calm down, take a breath. Tell me, what do you want me to do right now? I'm just trying to understand.
What you should do for me right now? Well, isn't it obvious? Cancel this wedding right this moment and give me back my adorable Tony. That's all I want from you.
Even if this is what you really want, I can't do that for you. Can't you see? We're still in the middle of a wedding. Even though you interrupted it, it's still going to happen. Just wait. If we cancel the ceremony right now, then a lot of unforeseen problems are going to pop up.
You're saying a few problems will pop up? Well, the real problem here is you marrying my Tony. Natasha, you love him, right? I mean, you've been with him for years. If that's so, then shouldn't you do as he wishes? Isn't that your responsibility as his partner?
Wait a minute. I shouldn't have to say this because I thought it was obvious, but I'm pretty sure Tony wants to be married to me. I mean, it's our big day today. You must be mistaken.
Oh gosh, why don't you stop with your delusions right there? You don't know about the whole story, do you? You know how kind Tony can be, right? Well, he didn't get married to you because he wanted to. Instead, he did it because he knew you couldn't find anyone else. He offered to be your husband out of kindness. If it weren't for that, he would have been with a much better woman than you by now.
Oh, I see. I mean, I guess if that's what he's really thinking, then I'm okay with canceling our wedding.
Why are you acting so arrogant? You should be thankful that he even considered marrying you in the first place. A woman as incompetent as you was accepted by a great man like Tony. The moment he dumps you, your life is seriously over. You have no potential at all. What a shame. You're losing your only shot at a happy life. I can't wait to see your miserable, crying face when he finally leaves you.
I see what's going on now. Florence, you despise me, don't you? You want me to bring Tony back to you, but you also want me to suffer terribly in the process.
Of course I'm wishing the worst for you. Thieves need to be punished for their crimes. It's how justice works. Back to what I was saying, you better make sure to cancel this wedding. I'll be kind enough to help you out. I'll explain to all the guests here on why this wedding was called off.
And what's your explanation going to be exactly?
I was thinking of telling him that we found out you were cheating on the groom all along. That would shut this wedding down in an instant. It's a tad risky, though. I hope they believe it, because I don't think there are many men who would want to cheat with you.
You're serious about this? I heard everything from your mother. She ruined the wedding ceremony. But did you make your decision on what you want to do yet? She wants to cancel the entire wedding immediately. Do you want to do that as well?
Of course. Let's hurry up and end this thing already. What? Do you have a problem with this, Natasha?
What? Are you serious right now? You actually want to call off this wedding? After all the years we've dated and all the preparations we've done for this day?
Yeah, that's what I said. Besides, did you not hear from my mom? I thought she explained everything to you. Ever since a while ago, I've wanted to cancel our wedding. I've changed my mind about our relationship. I know we were engaged, but the truth is, I don't need you anymore. I eventually asked my mom to help out because I didn't want to be the one to cause a big scene. Thanks to my mom being brave enough to scream and collapse in tears in front of everyone, the wedding will finally be canceled. You shouldn't be complaining. It's just a mother's love for her child. She'd do anything for me.
You're seriously going to call off our wedding? Then what are you going to do with all that debt you have? I mean, it's massive.
My debt? I don't need your help with that anymore. I've got it handled.
If that's true, then I hope you return every penny you owe. Hold on. Have you forgotten that you're unemployed? How in the world are you going to manage to pay for everything off by yourself?
Well, my mom's acquaintance is a CEO, and he's offering to hire me into his company. It's a pretty prestigious one, even. I'm going to be successful anytime soon. He's attending this wedding right now. We'll talk business after the wedding is over. I'll make sure to have a chat with him to introduce myself later. I guarantee you he's going to hire me instantly.
Oh, really? I didn't know Florence had important connections like that. Well, let's say you actually get hired into that company. You would start working a 9-to-5 as an employee. Even then, I doubt you would be able to return all your debt. We've been trying our best to pay it off for years, and despite our efforts, it's still 6 figures.
Listen, I'm not idiotic. I know it'll take years, maybe even decades to pay off all my debt. That's why I don't intend to pay it off with just my salary. I have a better plan. If I bet my income into gambling, I'm sure I'll win an amount even larger than my debt right now. I love horse racing after all.
What? You're joking, right? Tony, the reason you got into debt in the first place was because of your awful gambling habits. You never think about things in the long run. You just focus on instant gratification. Are you seriously thinking that you want to repeat that cycle again? You'll go right back to where you started, at rock bottom.
How dumb do you think I am? I've thought everything out already. I'm guaranteed to win this time. I'm currently researching every racehorse's traits and patterns on the racetrack. I've analyzed these endlessly. After I continue my studies for a while, I'll know the right time to bet all my money on the best horse. I'm sure of it. If I continue with my plan, then there's no way I'll fail and lose my bet again. Everything will go according to plan.
Oh my gosh, no. There's no way you can trust yourself like that. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars going down the drain here.
Natasha, I'm divorcing you. You better not say anything else to me because I won't listen to you anymore. Shut your mouth.
I'm not trying to annoy you. I'm worried about you, Tony. Your plan could end in an absolute financial disaster. You've been given the rare chance of being recruited directly by a CEO, so you can't waste it. You'll be better off working and spending that money responsibly.
If I do that, then the debt will be paid off years down the line. Why wait when I can get this over with in an instant? I just need to win back what I lost. It's that simple. I have this one shot, so I need to take advantage of it. Plus, I want to pay off my loans before my mom finds out about them. I've been hiding it from her for years, and I don't want her to be a burden. You know how she can be sometimes. She's clingy.
Do whatever you want to. I'm not in charge of you. You are. I guess the wedding is canceled as well, right? And that's what you really want?
Yup, it's canceled because you cheated on me. Well, you didn't, but that's the story we're running with. Don't forget to apologize to every guest for the cancellation, okay? It's all your fault, so take responsibility for it.
Were you seriously in favor of that idea too? You're willing to frame me for adultery?
There's no choice but to do so. I already told you my future CEO is attending this wedding. I can't afford any damage to my reputation. What? Am I supposed to say the truth? That I was using you to pay off my debt, but now I don't even need you anymore? Come on, my career is on the line here.
You and Florence are the worst of the worst. It's true what they say. Parents and their children really do mirror each other's behavior. Do you know how much I've helped you with your debt? I've paid off almost half of it, and it took me years.
Why are you bringing this up? If you loved me back then, of course you would help me to pay it off. You chose to do so yourself. I never forced you to do it. Quit yapping about the past and go home already. You don't belong to our family anymore. You're a stranger to us.
Cut it out. Don't you dare insult me any further. You don't want to marry me anymore? Fine. Right back at you. I wouldn't marry you if you were the last person on earth. You better prepare yourself, because whatever happens to you after this, I won't be responsible for it.
Hey! Don't even think about doing anything stupid, you hear me? You deserve all of this, so don't put a stop to it. You better take this stuff seriously, Natasha, or else.
Natasha, what was that announcement you just did? Are you planning something? I thought you agreed to our arrangement.
Did you not hear what the speaker said? I'll repeat it then. I have something I would like to show everyone, so please be seated. Did you catch that?
I heard it clearly the first time. I don't understand what you're trying to do here. The wedding is already over, and everyone was in the middle of packing up their things to leave. Why are you trying to stop them? The ceremony ended because you cheated on Tony in the first place, so you don't have any right to tell the guest here what to do. You've caused them enough trouble.
Stop with the lies, Florence. Just shut up already. You're a pathetic excuse for a person, you snake.
What did you just say to me?
I said shut up, you snake. You heard me. I keep wondering how you can be such a rotten and wretched human being, and I still haven't figured it out. I can't stand you any longer.
Natasha, why are you saying such foul words to me? You better watch your tone.
You're asking me to watch my mouth? It's too late for that. You can't tell me what to say when you've done far worse things to me. Why am I the bad one here? I'm just calling you by what you are, a worthless backstabber.
What the? I knew it. You have no dignity or class as a woman. You're absolutely vulgar. I was right to cancel this wedding. I was able to protect my precious Tony. If I hadn't done so, he would be living with a trashy woman like you.
Oh, sure. Why don't you keep patting yourself on the back for what you've done today? You're the only one who's willing to do that. Just wait until you lay your hands on what I've prepared for you today. Quit texting me and pay attention to the screen in front of you. I have a surprise.
Huh? Are you going to put something on the screen? Ugh. What did you just do? I can't believe it. This is so low even for you. Who knew you could be this petty?
Oh, so this is what you call petty. You seriously lied to everyone about me cheating on my husband and forcibly canceled our entire wedding.
Well, that doesn't matter right now. Leaking our private messages to the public is extremely immoral. Depraved, in fact. And the audacity to do all of this at a wedding, of all places. That screen was supposed to show cute videos of the two of you and whatnot, but instead it's used like this.
Did you actually think I forgave you for what you did to me today? You're not the only one that's feeling angry here. In fact, I'm absolutely furious at you. There's no point in thinking about whether or not my actions are immoral. There's no use. The worst thing that happened today was you screaming and crying at the top of your lungs in the middle of the wedding. And it turns out it was all a lie. You shouldn't be calling me petty or out of my mind because you're the lunatic here. You're the one who's depraved, not me.
Oh, don't tell me I was lying. Those tears were real. I was actually feeling devastated because my son was getting married off to a lowlife like you.
Yeah, but he's not anymore. This is all because you found an executive who was finally willing to hire Tony. He threw me away when he didn't need me anymore. This stupid son of yours seriously asked you to pretend to cry during our ceremony, so he would have an excuse to not get married to me.
Don't you dare call my son stupid. That's not true at all. You might not know it, but Tony's very intelligent. You'll never be as smart as him.
Oh, come on. Quit being delusional. Everyone that interacts with him can see instantly how idiotic he is. Just look at his problem with excessive gambling. I'll tell you something that you don't know, Florence. Tony has humongous debt after losing his bets on a horse race. This happened years ago. I guess you're not really understanding this. Do you want me to put the evidence up on the screen for you and everybody else to see? I have a lot of it, so you two can have some fun watching it together. You're an evil mother and son, so I want you to see this.
Huh? Don't do that, please. I'm begging you.
I can't believe this. You degenerate. You went above and beyond to hurt us, didn't you? You're an awful person. Do you have any idea what you've just done?
Of course I do. I knew this would damage the two of you, and that's exactly why I did it. I'm doing everybody here a favor by leaking it to the public, just how wretched you and Florence are. I also did it to save my reputation. I couldn't ruin my image by having everyone here believe I was unfaithful to you.
You wretch. You went so far as to reveal to everyone my amount of debt. Because of what you've done just now, the CEO that was going to give me a job was so shocked, he left the wedding venue early. Now I have no choice of getting hired by him. How could you ruin my life like this? Everything is done for.
Here we go again. All you care about is yourself, and you never think about me. My life was ruined first because of your financial debt, and it continued for years. Do you know that I was responsible for paying off most of the debt? I helped you so much, and you didn't even bat an eye. You're a ridiculous narcissist. How selfish can you be?
What? I already told you. You helped pay off my debt because you wanted to. You were never obligated to do that. I don't think I owe you anything, Natasha.
That's right. I loved you more than anything back then, and that's why I helped you with your debt, so I won't ask you to pay me back the money. That would be wrong of me. But I despise you for a different reason. I was so determined and full of love for you, yet you abandoned me in an instant. You better regret that for the rest of your life.
You know, you never really changed from when you were young, did you? I know you used to be a delinquent. You told me you turned over a new leaf, but it's starting to look like you never did. You're still a troublemaking brat like you've always been.
You're wrong. I'm a different person now. But no matter how much I've changed over the years, it's obvious that I'll snap in a situation like this. I have to add that you're going to be paying for the cancellation of our wedding. It's only natural because you're the one who caused all of this ruckus.
What are you talking about? I thought the cash gifts were going to compensate for the cancellation fees. There's so many guests who attended today. Hold on. Are you trying to steal the cash gifts too? That's out of line. We should at least split it 50.
Huh? Do you really think we'll be taking the guest cash gifts, even though there was no wedding at all? No way we're doing that. We're giving the money back to them. How stupid can you be? Why would the guests give cash gifts to a couple who isn't even getting married? That'd be ridiculous. Who would be okay with that? Not a single person, I bet. It's unacceptable.
Wait a minute, then did you already give the cash gifts back to the guest?
Of course I did. Isn't it obvious? I gave them their money back one by one as they headed to the venue's exit. I have to ask, did your stupid mother think that you could hog the cash gifts too? Even with no wedding going on? Gosh, what an idiotic family you are. I'm honestly shocked and starting to feel sorry for you too. What a pity.
What? You don't have to go that far to insult us. That was so unnecessary. Okay, then let's split the cancellation fees of the wedding. You're responsible for half, and I'm responsible for the other.
What? Why do I have to be the one to pay for the cancellation? Are you listening to yourself right now? If you're serious about what you just said, then I'll fight you in the courtroom about it. You better not be going through with this, or you'll have to face my lawyer. I'm not worried too much. Anybody who looks at our situation can see that you're in the wrong. No one will want to side with you.
Ugh, darn it! What on earth am I supposed to do now? Oh my gosh, everything's ruined! Why can't things go the way I wanted them to?
Hi, Natasha. I've been trying to get into contact with you for a while now. I've texted you multiple times and you haven't answered me. Can you hear me out, please?
Oh, it's you again. I already told you, stop texting me. You're annoying, and I don't like wasting my time on you. We're strangers now, remember? We used to be family, but not anymore. And it's all because of what you two did.
Please, I beg of you. Just listen to what I have to say, even for a little bit. Tony and I, well, things are really difficult for us right now. You know, financially.
I can see why that would happen. I knew you two would be in a rough spot considering the circumstances you're in. Not only are you two responsible for the heavy debt from years ago, but you're now in charge of paying off the cancellation fees of the wedding we had.
I know, but that's not all. The debt collectors came to our house the other day and demanded that he finish paying off his debt. Then, Tony said that he would be able to pay it all off by tomorrow. He told me he would go to bet on the horse race to win all his money back, once and for all.
Ah, that's exactly what I thought Tony would do. Always placing his bets on the horse race. Anyway, what happened then?
Huh? Oh, that's all? Isn't this a serious situation? I'm so worried for him. I don't know where he is or why he's gone. Aren't you even worried a little, Natasha? Don't you feel like you want to help Tony in this crisis?
Help him? I think I do the opposite. In fact, I'm rooting for the debt collectors, not Tony. I just can't wait to see you two be destroyed. Oh, I would love to witness that up close. You two have been getting away with so much for too long. Actually, on another thought, I wouldn't want to watch you guys. I changed my mind. You two have wasted enough of my time already.
What? How can you be so insulting? It just never stops coming.
I'm the bad one here? You shouldn't be talking. You and Tony are the most vile creatures to walk this earth. Anyway, just quit being so worried about this. You're annoying me. Why don't you just hope and pray that Tony will win all his money back?
I heard everything about you from Tony. When you were still a teenager, you were a delinquent. He said you were so troublesome that you were this close to being sent to juvenile detention. You had a lot of cops showing up at your doorstep, didn't you? What a violent life you lived. No wonder your attitude is awful, even today.
I mean, what you just told me isn't a lie. I was actually like that in the past, so I won't deny it. And did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Oh my gosh. How are you so unapologetic about your past? I'm just saying, you're a rotten apple. You make everybody else around you unhappy. I doubt you'll ever live a joyous life from here on out. Tony was your best shot, and you lost him. You better brace yourself because your life will be rough.
I think I'll do just fine, thanks. At the very least, my life will be better than yours. You two have messed up your own lives. You just don't know it yet.
You just never stop yapping, do you? Quit talking back to me.
Give me a break. I was putting on a facade for so long just to please you two. It was exhausting. Let me let my true self out, just this once. I deserve it.
I've had enough of you. I won't try to depend on you any longer. You never want to help me. I guarantee that Tony will win his bet on the horse race and come right back to me. He has to. I believe in him. He's never let me down, not even once. Don't you ever say that he won't return.
Okay. Whatever you say, just calm down. Believe what you want to.
Hi. I really need your help right now. I thought Tony should be back home by now, but he's been missing since yesterday. I think something terrible has happened. I bet the debt collectors kidnapped him because he failed to pay them back. He's in danger.
What? Tony isn't coming home. It's been at least 24 hours.
Yeah, he won't answer my calls or even read my text. He's never done this before. He's missing. I just know that those debt collectors took him away from me. Or maybe, could it be that you also played a part in this? If you did, spit it out already. I need my Tony back.
Are you crazy? Why would I be involved with Tony's disappearance?
Well, you told me yesterday that you're rooting for the debt collectors and not Tony. That's enough of a motive. It all makes sense now. You helped the debt collectors abduct Tony. Where is he? Tell me right this moment. I'll never forgive you. You deserve to be punished for this.
Oh my gosh, calm down. Listen to me. I heard that Tony had a huge win in horse racing yesterday. Have you heard about this yet?
What? No, nobody's told me.
Yeah, and that's why I'm surprised by this whole thing. I thought he would have contacted you by now. I heard from his horse racing buddy that he hit a trifecta on a dark horse and won over $200,000. I guess his studying really did pay off.
What? $200,000? Is that really true?
Knowing Tony, I'm surprised that he didn't brag about it to you. His ego is massive, you know. So the fact that he won a significant amount of money in horse racing, but hasn't come home yet? Oh, I think I figured it out.
Yeah, it has to be kidnapping, obviously. I'm right about this. There's no other possibility. The debt collectors must have found out that he possessed a lot of money and stolen it from him.
No, that's not what I think happened here. I think he took his $200,000 and made a run for it. He probably got sick of his debt and wanted to keep his money, so he left you with it instead. He thinks you'll pay it off for him so he can avoid his responsibilities.
What are you even saying right now? There's no way Tony would do that to me. He loves me. I'm his mother.
I understand how this is unfathomable to you, but I really think this is the best possibility of what happened. Think about it. Isn't it strange that he doesn't have any contact with you right now?
I already told you why it is. Tony's been kidnapped. He doesn't have his phone on hand, and they've probably taken him somewhere far, far away. There's no way my son would ever betray me. There's no good reason to do so. Hang on. I'm going to hurry to the police station to tell the cops that he's been abducted. I need them to begin an investigation as soon as possible.
What? Are you planning to storm inside with no evidence? They wouldn't believe you.
Oh, shut up! There's no way I can just leave my dear son alone in a dangerous situation. Tony's probably pleading for my help right now. I have to go save him.
Ugh, you're overreacting. Hey, when are you going to quit leaving me on red? I've been sending you a ton of text. Answer me, Tony. I know you're there. If you keep this up long enough, sooner or later your mom's going to go crazy trying to find you.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Ugh, I knew you were here the whole time. Florence knows that you've been missing for a while now, and she's really worried. She thinks you were kidnapped and you need help. She doesn't believe that her son could ever force her to take care of all your debt and skip town. She trusts you so much.
Whatever you're going to say to me, I have zero intention of going back there. Natasha, I'm asking you to take care of my mom. She's going to need your help, especially with the debt.
Oh my gosh, Tony. Just how awful can you be? You've betrayed me and now your own mother? What's wrong with you? I know your mom's just as bad of a person as you are. You both have terrible attitudes. But she loves you more than anybody else. Her love is real and you're just going to backstab her?
Well, if she really loves me, then she should be happy for me. I'm finally free, and I have a lot of money on my hands. She should be supportive of my choice in leaving her as well.
That reminds me, where are you right now? I know you left town, but I'm wondering where you traveled to.
What? Don't try to trick me, Natasha. There's no way that I'm telling you my current location. I've already said my farewells to my hometown. I'll never go back there. Ah, the view from this bus is amazing. I can see the horse racetrack that changed my life for the better. Can't wait to see what's in store for me.
You see the horse racetrack from the bus window?
Anyway, I guess this is goodbye, Natasha. I'm gonna live a life of success and fortune with all this money. Wish me luck, will ya?
Hey, Florence. I was right all along. Tony took the $200,000 and ran off after all. I got into contact with him directly. You were definitely deceived by him.
What? Is that what he really said to you?
He admitted everything to me. He told me he's never coming back to this town ever again. He's going to push the debt onto you to take care of it. You now have a 6-figure payment due.
Is this really true? Oh, thank goodness.
What?
Tony's doing okay, right? I'm so grateful. A part of me thought he was dead, so I'm glad to hear that he's alive. I wouldn't know how to live without him.
Hold on a second. You were stabbed in the back by your son. He left you to pay for all of his debt, and your financial situation is ruined. Despite all of that, you're not furious at him for it? Not even a little annoyed?
Of course not. I'm so relieved. If Tony's happy, then I'm happy. I'm wishing the best for him always. I bet you wouldn't know what that's like, you worthless scum.
Oh, you're so compassionate for your son, yet your personality is messed up. This reminds me, I've already let the debt collectors know Tony's current location. They're headed to meet him right this moment.
What?
He told me that he saw the horse racetrack outside of his bus window. You know, the one he always gambles at. I did some research and I was able to find the bus route he's on right now. I'm so glad he was able to provide some helpful tips to locate him. Turns out he's headed to Richmond. The debt collectors I got in touch with have some colleagues there, so those guys are waiting for Tony at the bus station. There's no chance of escaping now. They've got him cornered.
Oh my gosh, what have you done? This is horrific. Tony was finally able to get away from his debt collectors, and you're getting him caught? I knew you were a brat, but you're also a snitch. You rat. How could you stoop this low?
Are you forgetting that Tony is in the wrong here? It's completely unacceptable to not pay any money back to the person who lent it to you. It doesn't matter who granted you that money or how much it was. You're obligated to pay it off. Besides, those debt collectors were kind enough to negotiate lower interest rates with Tony to make the payments more manageable. They also extended the deadline for him. You might think that they're the bad guys here, but they're really not. Tony's in the wrong here. Despite the debt collector's kindness, he ignored them completely and ran from his responsibility.
I don't care about what they offered to Tony. They shouldn't have bothered him in the first place. They ought to let my son be free, not bound him up with his debt. He deserves better than this.
So you're saying that you seriously want to pay off his debt? All by yourself? Tony has close to $250,000 of cash on hand. As your duty as his parent, you should try to persuade him to use it to pay off his debt. Don't just forgive every single thing he does.
Quit talking down on me. What do you know about parenting? Nothing. It's my freedom to raise Tony the way I want to. Don't speak as if you understand anything that goes on in our home. You're just trash, and you've never even been a mother before.
What? That has nothing to do with this. Even a little kid has no problem understanding that you need to return any money you borrowed from someone. If you're really his mother, then at least teach him about basic morals. It's looking like you both don't know the bare minimum. Aren't you embarrassed? A former delinquent has better manners than you. I can't believe you need someone like me to lecture you.
What did you just say to me? Gosh, you're such a dirtbag.
Exactly. You're the one that needs a dirtbag to scold you. You're worse off than me. It's humiliating. Afterwards, Tony was caught by the debt collectors at Richmond bus station. From the $200,000 of cash that he held onto, the majority of it was taken to pay for his debt. It was finally settled after years. Even though his mother was betrayed by him, she quickly called him back to her house. They began to live together again like they had done before. Tony wasn't able to learn from his past, and shockingly, he bet all of his remaining money into horse racing once again. After a vicious cycle of losing all his bets, his debt that was finally gone appeared again. This time, it was now as large as a few $100,000. As a result, the two of them have no other choice but to slave away at their physically demanding jobs. Allegedly, at this pace, their debt is going to be paid off in a whooping 10 years, or perhaps even more. Just thinking about that must make them feel faint. They won't have a chance to rest until after a decade. I hope they're finally able to reflect on their actions that caused all of this in the first place. Despite their current situation, however, the only thing Florence worries about is her son. Tony really is the apple of her eye. She's so fixated on him that even his lack of appreciation doesn't shake her commitment. Even though Tony has once abandoned her and stabbed her in the back, to Florence, he can do no wrong. He's the center of her world. He really is oblivious to his mother's sacrifices for him. He truly only thinks of himself, so I hope they can become better people from this experience. Hi, Taylor. I heard you finally got engaged. Congratulations. It's such a shame that your husband's unemployed, though. You could have found a man like that anywhere. Are you sure you really want to get married to a lazy bum like him?
Haven't you thought one bit about your future? It's looking pretty grim.
What? Kimberly, I haven't talked to you in ages. It's nice to be in touch with you again. What are you talking about all of a sudden? Could you explain a little more? I'm sure you're mistaken about this. My husband isn't unemployed or lazy at all.
Taylor, you really don't have to lie to me. Don't think you can fool me any further because I know the truth. Anyone can see that your husband's unemployed. I mean, you told me he chooses his own working hours and can take time off whenever he needs it. Plus, all the times you and your husband visited my parents or went back to their hometown, they were all weekdays. They're all perfect excuses, and I just can't believe that he has a job at this point. You told me he was self-employed, but you're saying that to cover up the fact that he's actually unemployed, right?
Oh, I wasn't lying at all when I said that. Jeremy has been self-employed for a while now. He has a lot of freedom in his schedule because of it. I don't know how you interpreted what I said to you, but you're jumping to the wrong conclusions. Jeremy is an admirable man, and he works so hard for us. I can tell you don't know much about him, so could you not belittle us based on a few misunderstandings? It's very unnecessary and rude. I'm asking you to have more respect for us.
Right? You're calling me rude. You should tell that to yourself. The fact that you're hiding your husband's unemployment from your family is beyond rude.
What are you going on about? I'm telling you that I'm not hiding anything. Why are you still skeptical of this? Can you admit that you've misunderstood this entire situation and believe what I'm saying? I'm telling you the truth, Kimberly.
Rude. No, I'll stand by what I said. Besides, I predicted this would happen, even before you announced your engagement. You see, I thought a low-status woman like you would never be able to get married to a decent man.
You've crossed the line. That's the rudest thing you've said so far. Why are you telling me this? Do you think you know who I really am?
Gosh, I can't believe you're really my husband's sister. My Dylan is so much better than you. Are you two really related? Why don't you try to at least learn from your brother? Look at how successful he is compared to you. He has his whole life together. He works hard every day, and he managed to get married to an amazing wife like me.
Really? You're calling yourself an amazing wife?
What did you say to me? Are you seriously talking back to me right now? If you have the nerve to whine to me, then hurry up and do it already.
No, slow down. I'm not whining at all. I'm just telling you that a person who berates my husband can't be an amazing person. That's not whining, it's the truth. It's perfectly reasonable, don't you think so?
You're being such a bother. Did you forget that you're an unsuccessful and ugly woman? You should try looking in the mirror for once and know your place.
Why are you saying these rude things again? This is unacceptable. I thought you would be more respectful to me, but I guess not. If you don't want to come to our wedding, then fine, don't come. Just quit this unnecessary name calling. It's childish.
Your wedding? Oh, I wouldn't feel bad to miss it at all. I bet you're having one just to collect cash gifts from the guests anyway. You need financial support because you're a couple of bums. Maybe I should throw away the invitation. It's a waste of my time.
Sure. I'll cancel your seats at the ceremony. Is that what you really want? To be marked absent? If Dylan is okay with that, then I don't mind it. Maybe you should check in with him.
On second thought, I haven't decided yet. Give me some time to think, will you? Just don't expect any cash gifts from us. We're coming empty-handed. Although we have a lot of money, I don't like giving ours to the needy. You don't deserve it. I should also mention that your husband met and spoke with your brother for the first time, and he was wearing pajamas. That's what Dylan told me.
Pajamas? Well, I guess he was working from home, so he didn't need to get dressed. You know, sometimes he just makes transactions or does online calls. He probably didn't have time to change his clothes when he came by. Dylan didn't let him know that he was stopping by after all. If he plans to go out, he gets dressed properly. Remember how he was wearing his suit during the family gathering the other day?
Oh, sure. I totally believe you right now. It must be so tiring being the wife of an unemployed husband. So many excuses and lies to keep up with. Well, I wish you luck in stealing cash gifts from the wedding guest. It's the only thing you're good at doing.
Stop saying these lies. They're extremely disrespectful, Kimberly. I didn't know you could be so hateful like this. Ugh, I've had enough of you. At least make sure to contact me as soon as possible if you're missing our wedding, okay? There's a lot of preparation to be done. Hey, Jeremy. I just found out that my brother's wife isn't very fond of me. I mean, I was suspecting it for a while, but she told me herself. Because of this, her and Dylan might not be coming to our wedding ceremony.
What? Is that really true? I really doubt that Dylan would willingly miss this wedding. Not only is it important to his family, but it's also crucial for his career. Dylan's your brother, but he's also an employee of one of the companies affiliated with mine. Those employees are invited too, so he really ought to attend it. He was on the invitation list, right?
Yeah, he was. And what I think probably happened here is that Dylan doesn't know that this is our wedding and also a work-related wedding for him. I haven't talked to him about your career, so he probably doesn't know that your company's affiliated with his.
That makes sense. I would have told him that, but I didn't want to get him all riled up before the wedding. It's super important to him, so I decided not to. I know we haven't told him much yet, so do you want me to explain to him about this? I could take time off my schedule to meet him, you know? If you really want me to clear up this misunderstanding, there's still time before our wedding begins.
No, it's okay. I don't want to waste our time with him. It isn't worth it at all.
Taylor, I know your relationship with Kimberly isn't the greatest. It's been like that since the two of you met. But are you like that with your brother too? I haven't really noticed that things were rocky between you two.
At first, no. We were doing just fine, and nothing really changed from when we were younger. But after he got married, I noticed that they began to look down on me. I could tell that they despised me for some reason. For instance, remember that time when we had our family gathering a while back? Right after we announced our engagement to everyone? Well, I overheard Kimberly and Dylan talking when they were drunk about how I was a useless failure. I guess when they heard that I got married, they figured my husband would also be useless. You know, because they think so low of me. That's why they're assuming that you're unemployed when you're not. Anyway, when I heard that they were talking about this, I started to distance myself from them. I trusted them both, especially Dylan, but they broke that trust.
Wow. I'm so sorry. Before I heard about this, I thought this would get resolved easily. But now I realize that it's a lot deeper than I thought. Taylor, I know that you must be concerned about this, but I don't think you have to care too much about what they think of you. You never know how they might change their minds about us, especially when they find out that they've misunderstood everything. When they see me at the wedding altar, they should be able to recognize me. Maybe they'll change how they feel about us then. Why don't we wait to see what happens, okay?
Yeah, that's a good point, Jeremy. I guess I was all worked up about the future, but nobody knows how things will turn out in the end. I'll make sure to not overthink things and focus on more important things instead.
Sounds good. Just know that whatever happens, I'll always be on your side, Taylor. If anything else that bothers you pops up, make sure to let me know, okay? We'll work on it together. I'm heading home anyway, so maybe we could talk about things in more detail.
Thanks. Okay, I'll be waiting for you. Get home safely, okay?
I know it's only 3 minutes before the beginning of your wedding ceremony, but I'm going to cancel. A high-status couple like us shouldn't have to come to your joke of a wedding. Besides, it would be an absolute waste to have to spend money on needy beggars like you. You don't deserve a dime. I hope you have a great wedding without us. I bet all the guests would miss having us, though. It's such a shame that we can't come.
You really had to cancel right before the wedding begins? Are you serious? I told you to let us know earlier if you weren't coming. Now we have to modify the seats and the amount of food from the catering service. You're making all of us work harder. Don't you have any common sense?
Common sense? That's exactly the reason why we chose not to come to your wedding. Do you really think a high-class couple like us would belong at an unemployed man's wedding? Of course not. Everyone can tell that you're having this wedding just for the cash gifts. We're not falling for it, so we're canceling.
Then promise that you really won't come here, ever.
What are you talking about? Of course we aren't going there. That's what I'm telling you. Nothing's going to change our mind.
When you realize how serious of a mistake you've made today, there's no going back to fix things. You're going to suffer, especially your husband. You better think this through.
Oh, I've made up my mind. I don't know what you're trying to pull here, but we're much more superior than you two will ever be. We just can't waste a second of our precious time to come to a shabby wedding like yours. After finding out that your husband's unemployed, I've already talked to Dylan about cutting off ties with you two. So you better treat us like a couple of strangers because we'll never talk to you ever again. Not to you, and not even to your parents. You'll be out of our sight for good. A couple as high class as us shouldn't be bothered by you peasants.
Fine. I don't mind that arrangement. I was starting to get sick of you two anyway. The way Dylan does exactly as you say is getting on my nerves. Not to mention how wretched you are, Kimberly. Well, I guess this will be the last time we'll ever keep in touch again. I should get going soon. My wedding will be starting any time now.
Sure. Have fun with your trashy wedding and your trashy family.
Of course. I'll be having a lot of fun tonight. I guarantee I'll be much happier than you and Dylan, at least. Did you know that our luxury cruise ship has just left the dock? My husband owns it, and you could have been on it just now. What a shame.
What are you talking about?
Even if you changed your mind now and want to get on it, I'm afraid you can't anymore. I've given you a chance and you didn't take it. I'll remind you, I'm cutting off ties with you still. Just like you wanted to.
What? Explain. What do you mean you're on a luxury cruise ship?
Goodbye, you supposedly high-class couple. Tell my brother that it's a bummer I couldn't see him today. I would have loved for him to come.
Hey! Why aren't you answering any of my calls? Pick up the phone already. Dylan and I have been calling your phone so many times now. Taylor, please just pick up your phone. I'm ordering you to.
Ugh. You really don't have any manners, do you? I'm at my own wedding. Can't you realize that I'm busy right now? Can you and Dylan not think straight? Are you guys idiotic? Because it's looking like you don't have any common sense.
Ew. What? This isn't about whether we have common sense or not. Quit getting off topic. Dylan's right next to me, and he's starting to have a panic attack. I didn't think this could possibly be true, but... Taylor, is your husband Jeremy Wellington?
Yes, he is. I'm surprised you haven't noticed until now. It was on the wedding invitation. Didn't you read it?
This is a joke, right? He's the biggest name in real estate right now. You have to be kidding. He owns countless luxury apartment towers, and he's even the business partner to Dylan's company?
You're correct. What are you trying to tell me? I thought everybody knew who my husband is at this point.
Listen, we're at the wedding venue right now. Just then, when I texted you to let you know that we're not showing up, I found out what was going on. You were getting married to Jeremy Wellington. So we rushed back to the venue in 30 minutes, and nobody's here. The crew told us that your ship already left. And right now, we're stranded out here. It's why we couldn't make it to your wedding. I just didn't realize how important it was yet. This isn't my fault at all. It's just a small misunderstanding. Please, just let me attend your wedding ceremony. Dylan and I are both in a panic right now. Isn't Dylan your brother? Shouldn't you do something to make him feel better? You're his sister.
You're right. Dylan's my brother, so what? What does that have to do with anything?
What do you mean? Don't you care about your family?
Family? Kimberly, you just told me you wanted to cut off ties with us. We're not family anymore. Do you not remember saying that just a few hours ago? I thought we had a deal. That's why I confirmed with you that you won't be allowed to our wedding, even if you changed your mind in the long run. You were the one who brought this up, and you agreed with our new arrangement. Am I mistaken?
You're right, but can't you see? The entire situation has changed now. I would have never guessed you were getting married to the head of the Wellington company.
Yeah, and now you know about it. But despite you guys sprinting back here 30 minutes later, it's too late. I already told you earlier that our cruise ship has departed from the port. That was a few hours ago. Why did you think you could actually make it to the ship? Why did you have such high hopes?
Benny, that's because, well, Dylan's your brother and your brother is your family. Isn't family supposed to attend your wedding? It's your big day and he deserves to see it.
Exactly. That's why we invited you two in the first place. But think about it. It was you who canceled on us, only 3 minutes before our wedding began, correct? I should mention that we were actually delaying the wedding and leaving the ship by the port because you guys weren't showing up. We wanted to make sure you would make it in time, so we waited and waited. You know that Dylan's CEO is also attending our wedding, right? Everyone, including him, knows that you two are the reason the wedding was delayed. Gosh, you really are a nuisance to everyone. I can't believe you had the nerve to hold us up.
All the guests know about this. Even Dylan's boss? You've got to be kidding me.
I'm not sure if you let Dylan know about our arrangement yet, so I told him myself that we're cutting off ties with both of you. You should really keep an eye on him, you know. He keeps bugging me with endless phone calls. However he tries to plead with me, I have zero intent to contact him after everything that's happened. Could you be kind enough to tell him that? I don't think he's gotten the message yet.
I just told him what you said, including everything about who your husband is, and he looks sick. He's turning pale with shock.
Of course he is. I could have seen that happening from a mile away. All the higher-ups from his company and their partners are attending the ceremony today. The fact that he chose to not show up is so stupid. He kept telling everyone that he would come to my wedding first, and then join the one involving his company, right? Little did he know, it was the same ceremony this whole time. The worst part is, he canceled. There's no chance of going back now. But really, that's not the biggest problem here. I'm more worried about how he thought there were two separate weddings in the first place. He really should have been more careful. What a stupid mistake. I know why it happened. Maybe it's because he was so brainwashed by you that he can't think for himself anymore. It's such a shame that his brain isn't working properly. What a real pity that he's married to a manipulator like you.
You pity Dylan? Then why don't you help him if you're feeling so bad? We're shocked and in a panic right now. In fact, we're sobbing our eyes out in disbelief. Are you really not going to help us? Your brother and your sister-in-law are crying. Do you not have any empathy inside of you? How could you be so heartless? You're inhuman.
What are you mumbling about? I didn't do anything wrong. All I did was listen to you when you told me you wanted to cancel on our wedding. You're the one who decided to do that. There's nobody to blame here but yourself. I don't understand what you want from me. I thought this was what you wanted all along. I've had enough of this already. We're in the middle of the after party right now, so can you leave me alone? I don't want to deal with you.
Men! Huh? You're ending the conversation here. Why won't you negotiate with me at all? Are you seriously not letting us attend your wedding? We ran all the way here.
I've already told you that so many times. Yes, you're not allowed at our wedding. You're so annoying. Even if I wanted to invite you back, it's impossible. We're in the middle of the ocean right now. By the time we get back to shore, the entire ceremony will be over with. There's no chance for you to get on board. I mean, there's a reception after the cruise trip at a different venue, but you won't be able to come. I've uninvited you.
You're not even letting me come to the reception? Why? How dare you?
Well, I'm not the only one who knows about how you've been acting. I've told my parents everything. You had this ridiculous assumption that my husband was unemployed without a bit of evidence. Not only that, but you canceled on the wedding 3 minutes before it began, obviously with malicious intent. How could we possibly forgive you? You've lost the trust and love of our whole family. You brought all of this upon yourself. Do you understand? Anyhow, I'm going to leave you alone now. I'd rather enjoy my wedding ceremony than to keep talking with you. Goodbye. I hope you have a nice beachside trip when you start to head home.
You. Taylor, do you have time to speak right now? I promise it'll only be a little while. I wanted to talk with you a bit more about yesterday. You know, about the wedding.
Are you serious right now? I don't have anything else to say to you, Kimberly. I've said it all. Why do you need to bother me again? We cut our ties, remember? We can't get involved with each other any longer. It doesn't bother me at all, because I never wanted to be close with you. Not since I overheard you bad-mouthing me to my brother. I was hoping that our relationship as in-laws would have ended by now. So what do you want from me? It better be important.
Trust me, this is a big deal. After yesterday, Dylan's starting to notice that he's getting treated differently at work. He's saying his coworkers are being unpleasant to him because he bailed last minute on the wedding. You would understand, right?
Of course. I saw this coming. He didn't bail on just any wedding. It was a business partner's wedding. Even more, the groom's the CEO of that business. It would be natural for his boss to get angry at him. It must have been a pretty big deal within the workplace.
It's not just his boss. It's worse than you can imagine. I mean, everyone's giving him the cold shoulder. Every person he turns to, he's met with disapproval. It's such a shame because Dylan is already so successful. If nothing is done, his promotion that was coming up is surely gone by now.
I'm going to have to interrupt you there. Do you really believe that you and Dylan are both very successful people?
What are you trying to say?
What makes you think that you're better than us? You keep bragging to me about how you're a high-status couple. Sure, Dylan works at a moderately well-known and prestigious company, but he's just a regular employee without any important roles. And Kimberly, you work a part-time job and do nothing but stay at home the rest of the time. By what measure do you think you're superior to us?
Well, I went to an extremely prestigious university, and Dylan's going to be promoted anytime soon.
I've never heard from anyone that your husband is going to be promoted. You're delusional. I asked Jeremy about information on Dylan after he partnered up with them. He told me that if Dylan doesn't hold an executive role at his age, then there's no chance he's on the fast track for promotion. The fact that he's not competent at this point in life shows just how little he'll grow in the future.
What? That's really what your husband said? It can't be true. You're lying about this.
I'm not. Are you forgetting that Dylan's my brother? There's no good reason for me to lie about any of this. The point is, you've always looked down on me and treated me as if I were inferior. It's true that I never graduated from a prestigious university, but I've managed to acquire new skills and work diligently to improve my career. My hard work paid off. I've been a permanent employee for 5 years now, and I hold a managerial position in my company. I'm at greater heights than I've ever been. I know I've just gotten married, and I might leave work someday to take care of my future children. But as of now, I plan to work responsibly for my company and advance even further in my career. So I'm asking you, why were you able to be so condescending towards me?
That's because, well, the status and reputation of our universities are so different. I've never even heard of your university before.
Kimberly, seriously? We're in our 30s. Isn't it a bit too late to be talking about the prestige of the universities we went to? I mean, how many years has it been?
Oh, shut up! Quit nitpicking. Just hurry up and help your brother with this mess. Ugh, how did it come to this? How did a plain and boring woman like you manage to get married to Jeremy? He's a king in real estate, who's in control of 6 luxury apartment buildings. Did you scam him? Trick him? How in the world did you manage to get a man like him?
At the very least, I never acted rudely or slandered family members in front of people. Most importantly, I don't look down on others or think they're less than me. I'm very different from you. Looking back on everything you've done, anyone can see how much of a disappointment you are.
Are you really calling me a horrible person?
I'm not directly calling you that. I'm just telling you what exactly you've been doing to other people. Speaking of which, my husband, he was talking about how he wanted to collaborate with Dylan's company. Something about a large-scale business project. But, given the current circumstances, he's scrapping that plan.
He's scrapping it?
And because Dylan's responsible for overseeing the business relationship with Jeremy, he'll be getting punished for this. I think it'll be a major problem for his career. First the wedding, and now the scrapping of a huge partnered project.
This is a joke, right? You're going to do all this just to get back at us? Think of the pain you're putting Dylan through. What if he gets fired?
Don't put the blame on me. Even if he gets fired, I never intended to do this to him. My husband won't tolerate you and Dylan's actions that have hurt our family up until now. This all happened as a consequence for you two. Besides, we're going to cut off ties with you from now on. So it's natural for Jeremy to not help Dylan anymore. He gave him a big chance already, and he's lost it.
Taylor, I'm so sorry. Words can't describe the remorse I'm feeling right now. About everything that I did yesterday. I apologize sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I promise something like this won't happen again. Ever! I'll treat you and Jeremy with the utmost respect. So, could you please stop this? I'm begging you. Please have some mercy on us. We're family, right? We're supposed to help and look out for each other. Please?
I've already told you, we're not family anymore. Our relationship is gone. Plus, my parents are definitely going to be distant from you as well. That's how much you've messed up and jumped to absurd conclusions. You should have believed me when I told you my husband wasn't unemployed. Let these consequences make you more aware of the type of person you are. Maybe you can finally fix that awful attitude of yours. All right, please excuse me now. Make sure to not contact me or Jeremy ever again. It'll be a huge waste of our time. It was great, right? Things turned out how you wanted them to. You finally were able to cut ties with your sister-in-law.
Hey, I heard from the boss of Dylan's company that he quit his job. Also, he's allegedly discussing divorce of Kimberly as of now.
Huh? I didn't hear about that yet. Thanks for letting me know.
You seem unfazed. Did you lose that much interest in your brother? I assumed you would care more about this.
I mean, I care about him, all right? It's just that I can't do anything about this situation. It's not my fault at all. He quit his job because of the damage he caused to his company. In the end, it's irrelevant to us, Jeremy. We should stay out of it. He brought this upon himself.
That's a good point. Besides, I eventually went on with the large-scale project. I also changed the representative who was overseeing our business contract, so Dylan wasn't punished for that mishap.
Jeremy, did you do all that for me?
What?
You let him get away with that because he's my brother, right? You didn't want to punish him too severely and stress him out. You're so kind for doing that.
You're right. I did that for you. I understand that you cut contact with him. At the same time, you don't hate him at all. That's why I thought it would be wrong of me to put him in an even more difficult situation. After you said you were cutting off ties with him, I decided to remove him from a situation that would cause even more damage to his reputation. That's why I was shocked when he actually decided to quit his job. That wasn't my intention at all.
Oh, didn't you hear from my mom yet? Dylan actually resigned because he's made some terrible choices that damaged his company, even in the past. He wanted to take responsibility for those actions, not only the ones that happened recently.
Oh, I never knew about that.
He eventually went to my parents for help because he had trouble finding a job in a similar industry. Now he's working at a relative's factory. He's trying to turn over a new leaf with his divorce and all.
It's good to hear that he's moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm glad about this too. You know, he was also being manipulated by Kimberly, so hopefully things turn out for the better. I hope he can be more of himself from now on and live independently.
I agree. Maybe he's better off this way.
That's why I'm also so grateful for you, Jeremy. If you ended up keeping Dylan in his position and got rid of the collaboration, he would have been fired immediately. Afterwards, I would have been ridden with so much guilt. He's my brother after all. So thanks for making a really smart decision. You've done a great deed for our family.
Of course. I did it all for you, Taylor. You're the most important person to me.
I'm so blessed to have you as a husband. I hope we can continue to cherish and support each other like this. Thank you again, Jeremy. After everything that happened on my wedding day, I cut off contact with both Kimberly and Dylan. However, since I've heard rumors saying Kimberly had began working at a nightclub to make ends meet after her divorce, Dylan, on the other hand, has been working hard to turn his life around, all by himself. After hearing this, I get the sense that those two might have finally learned to not repeat the same mistakes again. Right now, I hope that my brother and I can speak to each other normally, like we used to. I have no idea when that'll happen, but what I'm sure of is that I'm so thankful for Jeremy for protecting me through everything.